It's an industry that is now worth more than $1 billion. Players travelling across the globe to compete in tournaments that are streamed to millions of worldwide fans. The popularity is plain to see, and the market doesn't seem to be slowing anytime soon. This week, we're looking at the growth of eSports.
Hello there and welcome to Football Now from Qatar. This week we're talking all things eSports, so what better reason than to visit the Doha Sports Hall for the final of the 2022 FIFA Champions Cup. 16 of the world's best eSports players taking part in 45 matches for a prize pool worth in excess of €50,000. This is, without a doubt, the Middle East's biggest eSports event.
So this event is the biggest in the region for FIFA 22. I think it's incredible. I mean, I've mainly had to work in Europe and in Asia and America, so to see this sort of in my backyard, because I'm from South Africa, is just insane, and it's at the level of all the international events I've been to. I think that they've done an amazing job. Maruru Nation has really brought the hype, and the way that they've treated the players has been amazing. I think that's really important. They've made them feel special, made them feel like their winnings and then the different events that they've done are important. So it's really exciting to be part of it, and I hope that it's the first of many.
Esports is very similar to sports, to traditional sports. It complements it in such an incredible way. You know, the fans are here, the players are there. You need to have a nice setting. You need to create the same kind of atmosphere that you have in sports, because you know esports is growing to be as competitive in terms of viewership, in terms of live audience. It's gaining massive traction in the region. So we want to try to elevate it to become like a traditional sports or like traditional soccer. So we're trying to elevate this and create the same feeling that you get in stadiums to have this esports stadium as well.
You ready to see a show?
So what makes eSports so popular then? Well, the biggest football game is EA Sports' FIFA, with an estimated 325 million copies sold since the game was launched 17 years ago. FIFA started initially as a bit of fun, but it's now a lucrative business for many of its players, including the ones here in Doha this evening. In fact, such is the traction that just last month the French President Emmanuel Macron called for eSports to be involved in the Paris 2024 Olympics.
Olympics need esports, not esports needs Olympics, because I think if esports joins the Olympics, it's gonna be a huge thing because esports has a huge fan base community. It's gonna add something let's say special to the Olympics.
And I think a lot of kids get involved in esports because watching these professional players, they feel like they can be them. They feel like they can be the same in games. It's really exciting, and I do think we're just gonna see that growth increase. Whether or not it ends up in the Olympics, I don't know, but I think it would be great for any esports athlete, for them to be able to represent their country and wear a gold medal. That's a big deal. So I say it would be a good addition for the Olympics.
Even me, I'm not like a football lover or you know what I mean, like a FIFA lover. I'm not, by the way, but I enjoyed it. I'm here like 4 hours now. I didn't count the watch. So even the social media asked for it, because the World Cup is coming also in Doha. So football is more than a game now. As it's PlayStation or in real life, football is more than a game.
Right, back to the action then. Here's a summary of the tournament so far.
Day one began with a speedy best-of-3 matches, including players from India, Egypt, Lebanon and the host nation Qatar. The local favourite Ahmed Megasib crashed out in the semi-finals on day 2, whilst the other matchup went all the way to an intense penalty shootout, leaving a final between Kaylan and MS Dasari at a very loud Doha Sports Hall.
You know, Kaylan is an incredible athlete. He's up and coming. You know, he's proved himself from the scene in South Africa. He's one of the best players down there, and he's proving himself to be one of the greatest professional athletes all around the world. So we're very excited that he's facing one of the legends, Saad Dosari, MS Dosari, who's won a couple of times the World Cup. So it's great to see this level of competition at our event. Right after them being at the large scale. So we're very happy that they're competing in our tournament and going head to head and made the best to it.
So after 3 days of intense FIFA action, it all comes down to this, the final of the 2022 Champions Cup. 16 players whittled down to 2, but who will lift that coveted trophy?
This was always likely to be a close matchup, and the Doha audience and thousands watching online would not be disappointed. After 3 games, it was the underdog, Kaylan, who would lead 2-1. But champions always find a way, and after clawing it back to 2-2, it was the Saudi Arabian MS Dasari who would take the title and a cheque for €20,000.
Mabruk! Congratulations!
Obviously it's great, happy to be here, and such like unbelievable game, intense game, so happy after all. I wish there is more of crowd in FIFA LAN events. You can see here a successful one with a lot of crowd. I was happy to play under them, and I'm glad that I made them happy.
So that's it here in Doha. The Middle East has a FIFA champion once again. That brings us to the end of this week's show. Do let us know at home what you think using the hashtag FootballNowEsports, and we'll see you soon for more Football Now.